Great July 10th. Hey, it's a great day. We're alive. A lot of resting today. A lot of resting. It's not always just working. It's also being mindful about rest. Especially when you decide to not work for other people and work for yourself. You get more control over your time, over your life. You have to learn to live on less while you work on developing those other ventures and ideas that are going to generate for you, the funds necessary for you to live the life and lifestyle that you want to live. So that's going to be one key thing. If you ever choose to go the path of the self-employed, the businessman, the entrepreneur, and all those other likes. The path of the missionary, if you decide to walk the world, just spreading the word of the Most High. Regards to the tea, hey, my bad. Let me acknowledge your presence here, Ms. Glaven. Yeah, when it comes to the tea, man, listen, it's gonna cleanse you. It's gonna cleanse you at first. At first, you're gonna have to, it's gonna have you using the bathroom because it does have a lot of nutrients, a lot of micronutrients that are gonna jumpstart your organism, your stomach, your gastrointestinal tract, and it's gonna start flushing out a lot of toxins. One of the many of the things that is supposed to help is to detox the body of harmful metals that are that we find in our food, in the water, and in the air, of harmful endocrine disrupting chemicals that are in the water, the food, and in the air, and toxins, and also environmental stressors from the technology is going to help reduce a lot of stress and anxiety with that. But as it relates to the detox, you're gonna use the bathroom. You might pee a lot. You might, defecate a lot, and it is because of that. Because there's a lot of impurities. But once your body is fully cleansed, 30, it could be anywhere from 15 days to 90 days of just like continuous, being consistent with it. You'll return to normal, to where if you're eating once a day, you're going to use the bathroom once a day. If you're eating multiple times a day, then at many different hours apart, then it is only your body, you're going to have to use the bathroom that many times, 12 hours from every meal that you had. So that's why, I drink the tea and I mainly eat once a day. Today is actually a fasted day. It was kind of intuitive. I didn't plan to fast today. And I did about 4 or 5 miles of running. I trained for an hour and some change, lifted weights, and here we are at 10:40 something p.m. All I've had in my body is the blend, mocha. Those ingredients, some 16 ounces of sugarcane juice, another possible 16 ounces of watermelon juice that I make. And just now, before coming live, I had 2 teaspoons of about 3 different honeys that I was trying out. So that's all I've had today. And yeah, all I've had is that blend in my body. I'll probably do the same thing again tomorrow till my body tells me, or my intuition guides me to eat, or my self-discipline wanes and I break. But yeah, it's mental, it's physical, it is spiritual. You know what I'm saying? So probiotics and chlorophyll are powerful. Chlorophyll is also great at detoxing heavy metals from the body. So stay consistent with the little things, it's the little things that make the biggest difference. Too often we try to focus on doing extraordinary things rather than taking the time to do the ordinary things extra well, so that in the end they look extraordinary, but it's nothing crazy. It's just making sure that we are taking the time, the mindfulness, and putting in the effort to get those great results with everything that we invest our time into. Now you can start with one capsule in the morning, and yeah, go about your merry day. And do one day on, one day off. So if you take one tomorrow morning, take Wednesday off and do another one on Thursday. And start with one. And if one is if you feel like one is too light, skip that other day and then take two capsules. And observe yourself. If you journal, journal. Meditate. If you don't meditate, maybe sit down and meditate. Breathe. Whenever, if ever you start feeling overwhelmed with thoughts, just breathe. Remember to breathe. Breathe. Imagine you breathing air down the front of your body and blowing out the air up the back of your body. Mainly breathe through your nose. Try to avoid breathing through your mouth. We release a lot of energy when we breathe through our mouth, so it's best to breathe through our nose. We breathe less shallow, we breathe deeper, and the air goes through the proper channels, so it gets moisturized before it hits the lungs. Breathe into your belly and breathe out of your belly up. Imagine the air going up your spine. If you have a high tolerance, then take two. Start with two capsules tomorrow morning. Drink it with the blender, if anything, and go from there. If you have work to do, you probably observe how quickly you get it done, how mindful you are with it, and yeah, you'll see, you'll definitely notice the difference. But yeah, every day is going to demand a different level of intensity, but the same consistent you in mindset, in attitude, in the feelings that you allow yourself, that you allow to manifest within you, and the attitude that you do the work that you do with. So be mindful of your thoughts, and your feelings and your actions will reflect that. Here we are, yo. Not knowing if we're gonna eat tomorrow or not. Mind you, there's food. Why are you doing this? You don't know. Can't lean on our own understanding a lot of the times. If we want to grow, we must accept the challenges that come with that growth. It's the same thing as I said before. When you choose to walk this path of of being your own boss, you're gonna have to discipline yourself mentally, emotionally. In that sense, you're gonna have to discipline yourself greatly with your money, with your time, with your energy, with your mind, with your attention. It's just a complete, man. It's a complete galvanizing of all your strength mentally and physically, so that you can get the most out of yourself, the most out of each day, and for you to be patient, so that you don't lose your patience, and so that you don't misuse your time, your attention, your energy, and your mental space, as well as the money that may come in, because it's gonna take time. I'm telling you this, but I'm also telling it to myself. You hear what I'm saying? So oftentimes when we give advice to others, we learn and we gain a lot from that advice. That's the beauty about wisdom. The more you give out, the more you seek to share of the knowledge and understanding and comprehension that you have, the more knowledge, understanding, and comprehension that you gain. Wisdom is not like money. Sometimes you get the money out, sometimes you might even invest it, and it'll take years for you to get it. But with wisdom, with sharing knowledge and information, you get the fruits of your labor instantaneously. So I'm here gaining just as much as I seek to impart gains onto others. Today's the first day that I've ever worked out on a completely fat, like just liquid day, and I don't feel burnt out. I don't feel drained. I actually feel strong, and I feel like I could keep going, but that's enough. The best thing to do with thoughts is affirmations. Get some affirmations. I practice Zig Ziglar's Affirmation, and I practiced those for about 2 years until they became muscle memory, just ingrained in my memory. And it's just that, it's just repeating affirmations after affirmations. Sorry about that. But like, for example, I'll give you a quick of it's 15. I might recite 5, right? And this is Zig Ziglar's Affirmation, and it starts like this. I state your name. I state your name. I'm a person of integrity with a great attitude and specific goals. I have a high energy level. I'm enthusiastic and take pride in my appearance and in what I do. I have a sense of humor, lots of faith in the wisdom, vision, empathy, and courage to use my talents effectively. I have character and I'm knowledgeable. My convictions are strong and I have a healthy self-image, a passion for what is right, and a solid hope for the future. I am honest, sincere, and a hardworking person. I am tough but fair and sensitive. And these are just, some things that I repeat daily because they are qualities that I seek to embody. And they are reflective of the kind of person that I want to become. Other affirmations are like, great one that I don't know if it's biblical or not, but it's like, God grant me the serenity to accept the things that cannot be changed, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. But often what I've changed is that instead of asking, I give thanks. So instead I say, God, thank you for the courage or God, thank you for the patience to accept the things that cannot be changed, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And that has changed a lot, because instead of asking and feeling as though I am lacking, I give thanks and embrace the fact that I already have what I am seeking. It's the same thing with you, with each and every one of us being and having the things that we want to have, and being the individual that has those things, is that we must give thanks and give thanks for having that desire, and in that gratitude we also seek to embrace that we already are that individual. Feeling it, right? So feeling our feelings is what attract to us what we really want. A lot of people feel very horribly because they think horribly, and so they attract horrible things. They think horribly about relationships, about money, about family, about the work that they do. And because of the feeling that they have in the process of doing the things that they do, it is reflective in the things that they do, their body language and everything. So often it's best to live in a state of gratitude and appreciation than in a state of ingratitude and depreciation, where everything is a down as opposed to an up. And giving gratitude, the beauty about gratitude is that gratitude actually relieves. You know what I'm saying? It relieves us of the tension that is produced when we are in a state of ungratefulness, right? But by being in a state of gratitude, in a state of grace, we are flowing. The energies are flowing freely through our bodies, right? So our emotions are more harmonious because we are in a state of gratitude. So even our bowel movements will change because we're in a state of gratitude. You get what I'm saying? Everything in our life will begin to, like, everything inside our body, everything physiologically will begin to flow more peacefully because we're in a state of grace. You know what I'm saying? Like the wind is graceful. The waves in the ocean, they may move violently or smoothly, but they still moving with harmony, with grace. And so it is with us. You get what I'm saying? The more gratitude that we embody, the more gratitude we just keep in the back of our mind, whether things are going good or bad, the more relief we'll feel in our body, and the less room for negative emotions that will be in our minds for them to manifest. But it's not just thanking. It's thanking yourself too. It's just being in a constant state of grace. God is each and every one of us. It's not something external. It's something internal. It's a relationship that we have with ourselves and with the world and with the reality around us. You get what I'm saying? So one of the, like, I grew up evangelical, right? My grandmother was an evangelic, and a few years back, like 5 years back, I met up with her in Puerto Rico and my aunts, and as we're vibing, like, every day there was always anxious thoughts, like, oh this, oh that. One time we went driving to this high mountain peak in Puerto Rico, and she was like very anxious and nervous, and I was like, yo, grandma, what does the Bible say about being anxious and nervous? And she recited a verse. I don't know which one, but she recited a verse about the wrongs of being. I was like, so grandma, stop disrespecting God. Stop disrespecting God by being anxious, by being nervous, by being stressed. You can't control none of that. So give all of your problems off to God, to Allah, to the Most High, to the universe. Give all of your problems to the universe, so that all you have space for is solutions. Don't cloud your mental space, your imagination with troubling ideas. Just fill it with gratitude. Your knees hurt. This is good. Why are they? You know what I'm saying? Because everything that's going on in our life, good or bad, is good, and it is trying to show us something. If somebody's broke, rather than being so hate the situation, but also be thankful because it is showing you where you don't want to be at. And that's how I see it. Like, you're working out and it hurts. That is good. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just gains that is you fat and unhealthy and you don't like it. Thank God for you to have the opportunity to experience it, that dislike in your life, and to appreciate why it is important to have a healthy body, to eat healthy, and so on and so forth. Some people are born with no legs, man. So whenever I run and I see that, I'm like, yo, thank you. And whatever miles that person can run, I'm gonna run them for him. Always do your best to look at the bright side. The cup is both half empty and half full, but it is always best to live a life with a mindset that our cup is at least half full, and that we can continue to pour into others. Rather than seeking always to get, we should seek to give, because the world has already given us life. It's already given us the breath. The air is free, the sun is free. The food used to be free, but now we have to work for it to get, to get it. But still, this is good because it teaches us to grind, to work. Exactly. So it's gratitude. Gratitude is probably the best affirmation. Alhamdulillah, mashallah, inshallah. You know what I'm saying? Gracias, Dios. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you. Thank you, self. Thank you, self, for continuing to learn, for continuing to be hopeful and mindful and loving, and to have faith that things can get better despite all the craziness that is going on in the world. Because that's what all this craziness is out there for as well, to distract us, to galvanize as much attention to be focused on the negative, so that all that manifests is negative for the collective, but positive for the individuals that are profiting off of all the, all the harm and the suffering that is going on in the world. The wars, the corrupt politics, the corporatocracies, and the technocracies. You know how they seek to like just destroy and destroy liberty and galvanize, freedom, and gain control over the populace through the misinformation, the disinformation, the manipulation, the subversion of truth, and the exploitation of the ignorant. It is the best way to override and overcome all of that is gratitude and love and hopefulness in the Most High. That all things work together for the good of the Most High God, no matter what. And if God is you and you are doing good, then all things will continue to work together for your good, so long as you continue to do good. I've been reading Psalms 119 for like the past, I don't even know how long. And I like this part where it's like, remove from me the way of lying, and grant me your grace, and grant me your law graciously. I have chosen the way of truth. Your judgments I have laid before me. I cling to your testimony. O Lord, do not put me to shame. And it's like, give me understanding, and I shall keep your law. Indeed, I shall observe it with my whole heart. Make me walk in the path of your commandments, for I delight in it. And here we go. I have more understanding than all my teachers, for your testimonies are my meditation. I understand more than the ancients, because I have kept your precepts. I have restrained my feet from every evil way, that I may keep your word. I have not departed from your judgments, for you yourself have taught me. How sweet are your words to my taste, sweeter than honey to my mouth. Through your precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way. Focus on the truth and continue to do the absolute best that you can do. Always asking that you do the work of the Lord over the work of your little self. That you do the will of the Most High that lives within you and that worketh in you to, to do good things, to be a miracle, a blessing, and a gift in reality to other people that come into your sphere of influence. Always seek to do the will of the Most High, and you will never fall short. You will stop having time for depression and anxiety, because whenever you start feeling it, you're going to go within and you're just going to say thank you, and you're going to ask for guidance. Seek and ye shall find, ask and ye shall receive, and knock and the door shall be open unto thee. But other than that, like, subscribe, leave some feedback. You get what I'm saying? Other than that, all of this will go up. Super Conscious Sosa on the YouTubes. Y'all can follow it there, share it with whoever. If you feel, think, and believe that they stem to gain some value from it, just as if you do gain some. And other than that, I'm out. Y'all have a great evening. All right. Thank you. Nas Glavin. I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. You have a great evening. Thank you for your questions. One love.